Hey, this is Dave with Exploring.com, and we are going to make Super Bowl snacks. Tonight we have some cilantro lime rice. No, I'm not the Wolverine right now, bub. This is just regular old Dave. You guys want me to? I'll put my hoodie up. There you go. We have some cilantro lime rice. Got some delicious wings to cook in the fryer. I'll show you how to saute them with just a little bit of olive oil. And they cook exactly the same. If you don't have an industrial strength fryer at your house. And then we got some chicken breasts that we're going to cook as well. I'll show you how to season those and what we season them with. Hi, Pluto. Pluto's along for the journey with us today, everybody. Welcome to Super Bowl Sunday. All right, let's turn all this stuff on. First thing we're going to do is get our heat rolling with everything. All right, in the back here, I'm going to put this at like medium heat. Also, if your wings are frozen or if they have a lot of water in them, be careful for the splash. There's the oil. And even further, if anybody's watching this for the future and you want to know about fire safety when it comes to this type of environment, if this catches on fire, this oil, and you put water on it, because water and oil don't mix. What if you put a towel like this and you just beat the fire? Just like that. That's how it will work. Now, only do that if you're trying to put the fire out with oil. If I'm using any type of oil and water do not mix, and that's what increases the fire on that level. Okay, so we have, and that's just safety first for anybody trying to do this. First, we have our wings over here, and I've got my rice boiler. So let me get our instructions. I believe it's 1 1/4 usually, but this is a little bit bigger. 2 cups of water first. I'm gonna go over here and grab my water. If you guys want, you can sing along to all the awesome tunes we got going in the background. If you like the music, you can listen to it anytime you want to on the YouTube channel here on Exploring It. And if you don't like the music, then let me know what you like. All right, so this one here is going to go on a boil for a second. We're going to put the rice in. We're going to add a little bit of oil. If you want any other seasoning with your normal rice, I don't do this because this is a heavily seasoned like cilantro lime. After the boil comes, you put it on a simmer on the back burner. If anybody doesn't know what a back burner is, you need to learn, especially in project management. All right, so here we go. Get this stuff boiling. And we're going to time everything too. This whole process, everybody, should be about 30 minutes, I believe, from start to finish. So settle in, relax. And if you have any comments you want to leave me, let me know. And thanks for joining, everybody. Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl tonight, guys? Who do you have? Start interacting on the shows if you want to. Please leave comments and start talking to me while we're waiting a little bit for the water to boil. Because right now we're doing something so boring. Might as well watch paint dry, right? What you're hearing in the background this evening is our mix that we did for Rise of the Midnight Suns. It's just a fun little guitar jamming that we have over some of our favorite techno tunes from when I was a kid. And we're just kind of remixing them and mixing them all together so you guys can have some fun stuff. Like I said, if you wanted to find those on the rest of the channel, they're all under the Rise of the Midnight Sun stuff. And I have a brand new one that we just made last night. We're going to get ready to upload that. Even further, if you want to watch our Super Bowl ad for the project, Dave Waring presents Rise of the Midnight Suns, you can see that as well. And finally, if you want to kickstart the project, if you want to back it a little bit, you can do anything from $1 on up to $200 million if you wanted to. Kickstarter and then search Dave Waring presents. And anybody that does that, thank you all for joining us. Let's get this going here. And while we're waiting for this, I'm going to grab my guitar and jam out. Or let's do this instead. I'm pretty sure Kev would be okay with this since it was distributed free. And if it's not okay with this, Kev, let me know, man. I'll never do this again and we'll pull this down. But Wolverine through the years it is, everybody. I've been on this earth so long, bub. All right, so this is our guy right here. He's a Canadian mobster. His name is Logan in this one, right? His name's Logan down here. What if we have a new twist for that? Well, I love the looks of him. This was the original drawing. I believe this was the first appearance of our guy Logan, a brand new Canadian hero. And this was a primer that they distributed for free so that everybody can kind of get into the character and the new series that they're presenting, which is Wolverine #1. Now, everybody remembers that classic iconic look, right? When he's doing this. That's the coolest look for me ever. That was my Wolverine. That was the one I had when I was a kid. But you guys that are younger are getting a new Wolverine, I can promise you. And he's going to be just as cool as Hugh was. You can see the classic look of Wolverine here in the new free primer that they had. And the guy's flying through the gates to fight Omega Red. If you want to check out that series, here's your primer on it. Domino hanging out. Is that Dark Phoenix? This is crazy. I got to read this one. All right, so I think this was the very first appearance of Wolverine. If I'm wrong on this, somebody let me know. And I can't see any of my comments right now, so if you guys are commenting on this thing, please be nice to each other. That's the original classic look with the arms cut off. If you guys saw that in any of the Deadpool previews or Deadpool 3, you kind of might be looking more at that look right there. This one had Wendigo in it, and he's fighting the Hulk. There's also this really cool Krakoan alphabet you can use if anybody's having fun. But I did let you guys know also in the preview that Wolverine has lived for centuries and has experienced every kind of tragedy and triumph imaginable. This one's a new one, though, and he's ready to kick some ass on it, everybody. Then we move into the X-Men. And from there, my job is done. All right, the water's boiling. We're going to dump this in here with our rice. If you leave this water boiling too long without the measured amount of water, you'll evaporate all the water and your rice will not taste good. Usually what you do is you put this in here, you stir it in for about a minute, and you add a little bit of olive oil in there. I do. You can do any kind of oil that you can use. This is just my particular body type's choice. It's food allergies, all kinds of stuff. About a tablespoon here. Well, this says 2 tablespoons. There we go. We're going to have a rolling boil going, everybody. I'm going to stir this up a little bit. We're going to grab our lid and move it back to a simmer. There we go. All right, now we're going to go with the chicken also. The wings usually take about 6 minutes per side at this heat. I have it on a medium heat because I don't want the water and the oil to mix together and splash everywhere and ruin everything. Over here, we've got a little bit of a too hot of a heat. I don't know why I set it that high. We're going to simmer this down a little bit. And that will cook on its own. This says it needs to go for 20 to 25 minutes. So let's set that on there. Leave that alone. All right, let me move this thing up here for a second. If you pick up your pan, if you're working with these metal pans and you're trying to cook chicken, these things are amazing for pasta, sauteing, anytime you need like olive oil. Be careful with them though. The heat will make it so that it'll either A, burn your chicken, or it'll ruin everything. So we're going to turn this down here. We're going to bring it back over here and lower this down like a 2. Let's get our chicken breast rolling. Actually, we're going to wait. These things should take about 6 minutes. These things right here should take about 10, 12 total, if that. And we're going to go back to Wolverine here through the ages. And again, Kev, this is a free distributable. That's why I'm trying to do this. If this is not cool, let me know, please. Either way, thank you for all you've done, Mr. Phage. Along the time of the purchase and the original acquisition of Marvel through Disney. We really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Let's look at the character looks of Wolverine through the ages and more. This was from the Giant Size X-Men #1. This one right here is from Uncanny X-Men 133, where he lashes out. All the X-Men have fallen before the might of the Hellfire Club. I thought it was cool when they used the Hellfire Club as the name of the D&D group on the Netflix show Stranger Things. And we're going to move forward with Wolverine here in a second. This was the most iconic look. Kitty Pryde came along. I thought the Fox Productions did an amazing job with Kitty Pryde's story. And we got into the nasty, dirty stuff where he starts losing his shirts and stuff. Weapon X. That's always been a big part of the Wolverine character. And everybody remembers this huge, huge, epic X-Men story from when we were kids. If you didn't have that digital card right there, you were not a collector in the 90s. And you can't tell me you didn't buy it. Everybody bought it. Then we get into Origin. And if you want to know what Rise of the Midnight Suns is about, kind of more follows this story. For a minute. Opens us up to have something really cool. And if you're a fan of the Origin series, you're going to really love Rise of the Midnight Suns. It's also got a bunch of really cool looks with the Avengers. And this is why we're most excited. Secret Wars was supposed to end up being my end game. Turn this down a little bit still. It's going to burn off. Also, that's olive oil. It'll smoke a little bit if you get it too hot. And if it starts smoking black, then you'll know. When we get into Secret Wars, you guys are really going to be excited to see the X-Men, the Avengers, Spider-Man, and everybody all together. I can't wait for that as well. Then we have all these really cool Regenesis. I've never seen Regenesis. I'll check into that. And then the Death of Wolverine, which you guys remember as the movie with Hugh Jackman called Logan. And then there's all new Wolverine #1. Return of Wolverine. And then House of X. Now, you guys remember that FX show called Legion? I remembered watching it, and I loved watching it. But I didn't know that this guy right here is Professor X's kid. His name's David. That's why he was one of my favorite characters on that show. That's the guy that played Beast in Beauty and the Beast in the live-action version with Emma Watson. He is welcome on my set anytime he wants to come. Anytime he wants to be there. And then we have all these other things with Cable, Adam, and the crossovers. So all you crazy Canadians that love Wolverine, you'll be happy to know that I love him just as much as you do. All right, let's get to cooking here. We got about 20 minutes on this. We're going to season all this. There are wings. I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I'm going to put this into our bag. Toss some of the flavors on them first. Then we're going to add some olive oil over here. Get that heated up a little bit. See, that's way too hot. Ow! If you fill your apartment up with smoke, calmly and quietly remove it from the heat, like I did. And get it outside to let it calm down for a second. We'll bring that back in here. Let's grab a different pan and start over. All right. Like I said, if those things get too hot, just pull them off. And olive oil will start fire. if you guys have like extra hot on these metal pans. Let's throw this down to a simmer here. And we'll season our chicken. These are just regular chicken breasts. We're going to season the outside of each one of them. With salt, pepper, garlic. There's 2 different ways to go with this one. Usually I would use a lot of really delicious dill. Instead, we're going to switch to cumin today. All right, I pulled the other pan back in from outside. We're calmed down, see? Disasters don't always have to be such a bad thing. You can learn lessons from them. But no, I have been trained in the kitchen. I used to work in the kitchen a long time ago when I was a kid. And they taught me how to do all this stuff. Sometimes, in order to learn properly, you had to go through a little bit of a disaster to learn how to keep your head cool. And that's what the kitchen taught me back there. Also, if you work in the kitchen on a Friday or Saturday night, you'll understand how many tickets flow at you and how many different things you got to run in front of you. If you have a good expo, you know how to go pretty smooth. If you have a terrible expo, everybody yells at each other and none of the tickets get out. All right, so let's throw our chicken on here. Smells amazing already. I know you guys can't smell it too, but and we'll add seasoning on the second side of this, on the other side. Where's our salt, pepper, vinegar? No vinegar, salts. If you guys are leaving comments, I'm new to this and I don't know how to talk on them. Oh, there. Hi. Hello, whoever said hi. If that was a while ago, I apologize. So to catch everybody up, what we're doing right now is we're cooking some chicken breasts in this oil. We're cooking some chicken wings over here, and we've got a cilantro lime rice rolling in the background. Whoops. No harm, no foul. We got the chicken breast going at a nice simmer. Did our garlic yet? Salt, pepper so far. Let's roll garlic on the top of it. I'm going to throw some paprika on here and then finish this one off with cumin. Increase the heat just a smidge on this one. You also have to know your kitchen. Make sure you don't burn things. Make sure you don't overcook. When you see the chicken at the end, when we cut into it, you'll see how to cook a perfect chicken breast. Also, best investment ever. I don't know where they get them from. I think they're like $1 each at all the different stores. But tongs. Throw our chicken wings down in here. If this is on like a 2 heat, imagine if these were frozen. Or if you, example. If you have frozen chicken wings and you're trying to fry them, do not. Don't do it. Throw them all in here. Woo. As those pockets of juice collapse, they'll kind of like fry open. All right, so we're gonna let those go. Usually in a fryer, you would be about 6 to 12 minutes, depending on the heat. We're doing both sides on this one though. And the rice still has 13 more minutes to cook. Thanks for joining me, everybody. My name's Dave. I'm with exploreit.com. I love you guys very much for hanging out with me. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. What do you think's gonna win tonight? Leave a comment below, let me know. All right. Poodle says hello to everybody also. Best part about cooking like this also is to learn your cooking times and learn what has to come first. If I started cooking the chicken first before I started cooking the rice, then this will be done, and the rice will be sitting over there ready to go. These things, the cooking technique on this one is that we're only cooking half of it at a time right now. We're kind of sauteing it the same way we're doing here. If you wanted more of a fried look, you could do that. If you wanted to bread your chicken wings, you could also do that. You know, there's a million different things to do over there. You're gonna have different seasonings to them. A lot of people I know love to do the flavors. I've seen some people inject them with flavors, the wings, before they'll put them in there. There's a lot of really good smoking techniques you can do as well with wings. If you enjoy watching me cook, you can also check out The Outdoor Kitchen, which was a show that I did when I was overweight and trying to lose weight before the whole journey of the Midnight Suns thing started. Search for The Outdoor Kitchen. Looking pretty good over here. I'll get you guys some close-up looks of the chicken. And I'll talk to you about texture on this stuff too. Let's get a little bit closer for you. Woo! All right, so there's our chicken breast. You can tell that it's not done yet, right? Uncooked, raw, cooked. And that's still not the consistency we're looking for to flip them just yet. And here are our wings. Just getting all fried up on half side. If you leave the oil too low on these, the wings will absorb all of the oil, and you won't have any crisp, delicious skin on the chicken wing. So find that right balance. And once the initial splash is over, loading everything up, you can start cooking some crispy chicken. So not really ready yet. If you enjoy the music in the background, you can go check out all of those songs that I made on the Rise of the Midnight Suns playlist. We were also talking earlier about our favorite guy here, Wolverine. Through the years. Presented to us by, it's a primer #1 from April 2020. Published as a one-shot by Marvel Worldwide Inc., a subsidiary of Marvel Entertainment LLC, Office of Publication. 1290 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York, 10104. Copyright 2020 Marvel. That's pretty much. Let's look at it. Printed in the USA. Kevin Feige, Chief Creative Officer. Dan Buckley, President, Marvel Entertainment. John Nee, Publisher. Joe Quesada, EVP and Creative Director. David Bogart. Check this thing out if you've never seen it before. It gives you a lot of the really cool Wolverine stuff. It can also tell you the reason why Disney purchased Marvel in the first place is because of that damn character. And because of all the really cool stuff that was happening with Iron Man. Not quite ready yet there. Heat needs to go up just a little bit. These are looking a little more consistent. We're gonna turn the heat up on these sautés too. These are all like shredded for more rice. And these are definitely ready to flip. Give you a little look at this close up. Our consistency on this one is still a little too spongy. This one's looking good though. If you leave your chicken on low simmer too long, it becomes more shredded. It's called a kind of a low and slow. That's what our wings are looking like. We're gonna flip these over here. Okay, those are looking good. We're gonna keep that rolling there. And like I mentioned, if you run into heat problems with your wings, as far as fire goes, bat it out. And don't splash the oil everywhere. You can do a bigger towel if you need to and put it over the top. But just know your fire suppression limits before you get going. All right, welcome new viewer. We're making some delicious chicken meals here. We have some wings. We got some awesome chicken breast going and some cilantro lime rice. Then when we're done with this, we're gonna make a good Chipotle style bowl with cilantro lime, tomatoes, chicken, a little bit of cheese over the top, and we'll roll from there. Have a seat here for a little bit. While we're still waiting for the last 6 minutes to roll, please leave a comment below if you want to talk. Say hi to everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl tonight? I've never been a person to really care much about the actual Super Bowl, except for the one when the Rams won. That was pretty cool. That was 2 of them. Never forget, I don't want to work. I just want to bang on me drum all day. Isaac Bruce going down the side, burning everybody down the sideline. Magical Memory Maker, Kurt Warner, throwing up some massive touchdowns. But the last Super Bowl, I think I remember really caring about who wins. Other than that, I love watching the commercials. And if you want to watch a commercial for my brand new movie, Don't Try to Pitch, called Rise of the Midnight Suns, it's here on my channel. Anyways, we're cooking some chicken wings in the back, chicken breast right here, and cilantro lime rice. We got about 5 minutes left on the rice. Usually I'm uncovering this, but let's start real quick. Let's see how we're going. All right, almost there on this stuff. The chicken breasts are still going to be a little bit longer. Increase the heat now that the oil's going and it's not splashing everywhere. Are you guys excited about the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the Walt Disney World Company? If you are, you've come to the right place. My name's Dave. I'm a Stetson University graduate. Go Hatters. And we are all about making sure people and families have the best time ever when they come down here on vacation. But we're also about making sure that they get home safely and return home to their families. So everybody that comes down here to Orlando and hangs out with the Disney World Company, for everybody that comes down here to LA and hangs out with us down there at the Disney World Company, or for any other of the new worldwide locations that Iger built while I was busy building Marvel with Kev. Welcome to those as well. If you like the music in the background, you can hear any of it anytime you want to at our channel. I put all the cool songs up on the Rise of the Midnight Suns playlist. These things are thick and juicy. We're going to keep them a little bit longer. You can see here, see how it's turning white, but it's still kind of spongy and it's a little bit more of a transparent look. You want to keep that in the fire for a little bit longer. Right, so in 2 minutes, our rice is going to be done. We'll pull that, let it simmer a little bit. If you want to create more of a moist atmosphere for any of your stuff to cook inside of these environments, doing so will allow all that steam to stay inside. And then that kind of becomes more like an oven, but not 100%. Ovens trap all of the heat and surround the cook 100%. A pan only cooks it as much on one side, and this is a way to simulate an oven. Kinda. Watch when I open this, all the steam that evaporates. So I'm saying it's more of a moist environment when you cook it this way. And sometimes I do it this way to kind of step on it. That's what we used to say in the line. When you're behind and your expo is calling for your last chicken breast, you used to have to stick one of those big giant metal things on top of it and step on it a little bit. Or if we had to cook a well-done steak and time it with all the other medium rares, we would just butterfly it, open it up, and step on it the whole time. So if you ever order a well-done steak and it's a flat piece of jerky, that's what you deserve. Most chefs will prepare a nice filet, a little bit of a thicker, meatier, like 1 inch thickness to it. And when we would get a $30 filet order that would be well done, we would laugh and butterfly the thing open, stick it on there, and leave it on there so we could time it with everybody else. So I'm going to step on it this way. Our rice is over. Now, would I want to do this? No, I don't want to do that. Because it's moisture, and it's water, and it's oil. And oil and water, they don't mix. Also, when we're done with the movie, we can try and get these assets on like iTunes and Amazon and stuff like that. So you guys can hear them whenever you want. If you want to download this song and listen to it later. If you want to listen to this song later, though, We have Rise of the Midnight Suns playlist for you to check out. Lower the simmer down here on again. And as our wings finish up, I'll give you one final look here, what everything looks like close up. There is the chicken. You see the consistency now is a little more firm. And yes, I did just lick my lips with this finger. Usually you would wash your hands afterwards. Here's the chicken looking finished. Here are the wings looking good. And here's your rice. Ready? Some cilantro lime rice for the evening. Let's get the cutting board going. Okay. See you too. Throw the finished chicken bits over here. Let's get a shot of that there. There you go. Throw our chicken bits over here. So it's definitely good. Slice this bad boy open right here. Usually when you get to these thick pieces, I'm gonna say this needs to be a little bit more down on the side here. Chef Ramsay would be yelling at me right now if I was on his set. Damn it, Jaden told me this time and it's not time. No, I'd be like, I'm sorry, don't kick me out again. Kidding. I'd love to go on Hell's Kitchen. Chef, Mr. Ramsay, sir, if you want me on your TV show, I accept. I'll make you a signature dish from the Poppers of Germany, where the Rausch family grew up. If anyone from Germany ever sees me, Guten Tag. Also, mis amigos y mis amigas de los Hispanicos, Puertorriqueño, Dominicanan, Mexicano, Colombiana, Venezuelan. Hablo español también. Y hola, bienvenido a la fiesta. Estamos finito aquí. I'm gonna put this over. Now, when cleanup comes, I can put this one in the sink because there's no oil left in it. If there's a bunch of oil dripping out of it, I would tend to not do that, and I would let the oil just simmer down and cool off. We're gonna dump this one over the sink. Now this one right here that has the hot oil, never put that in the sink. Never do that. Let it cool off. The rice is done as well. Let's check our chicken breasts here. Perfect. That's what a cooked chicken breast should look like. You see how it's white, delicious in the middle, moist. Same exact thing over here. This one got a little more dry, but you can still see the shimmering of the oil, the nice juices inside. Perfectly white, cooked. Same thing with your wings. And here's our little pieces of chicken that are all smaller from different cuts. All right. that about does it for me today, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the Marvel Cinematic Universe for so long. From Dada and Little Guy, until we get a chance to hang out with you all again. Thanks for watching, everybody. We can't wait to go exploring it with you. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday! I need to turn this off! Let's turn it off! The X button isn't working. Is it because the X button aren't working right now? Hi, everybody. We just finished cooking. Wherever you are, this is our finished smorgasbord. I invite you to go check this out from the very beginning, as we are ending the live stream right now. But as soon as I get a chance. Have a good day, everybody.